What are you doing? You come over? Oh, hi, big fella. Hey, guess what? Hey, I love you. Oh, hi. Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? Psst. Guess what? I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you. Hi guys, welcome back. Boy oh boy, it is already like 4 p.m. Today has been quite a day already. Actually, last night was a really rough night for Henry. I thought, no I didn't. Yesterday he was a little bit worse than he has been this whole time. He's been sick since Thursday night, so we're going on day 5 right now. The morning was fine, then just out of nowhere he just lost his cool. He is just a grumpy guy and nothing makes him happy. Everything makes him really sad and mad. The part that I have a hard time dealing with is the boogers, because he insists that I wipe his boogers for him. I know he can do it because I've seen him do it plenty of times, but when he gets boogers coming out of his nose, he starts whining and he points at his nose until somebody wipes his nose. And today I just had enough. I couldn't do it. I had to wake Theo up because he was in his room crying. And so I told Henry, I was like, you need to wipe your nose. I got up, I walked away. He got really mad at me, so mad that he took his diaper off. I don't know like what I was supposed to do, but that's what he did. And that just started like a cascade of things, and I lost my cool on him, which I very rarely do, and I still feel really bad about it. I just told him, because he will literally let boogers drip down into his mouth, over his chin, and just dripping off of his face. Like, he does not care. And so I told him, I was like, get a tissue out of the box and wipe your nose. And he lost it even more because I was being mad at him, or being mean to him. And so at that moment, I was like, we need to get out of the house. I know you're sick, but we need to just go out and do something. And so I ran to King Soopers, which is the closest store to us. I didn't even go to Target. I grabbed him some new medicine because the stuff we were using was really helping. Now it's not. And so my sister-in-law told us about, it's the Zarbee's brand. Let me grab it really fast. Okay. This is it. It's the Zarbee's brand. You can only take, so this is the nighttime one, but I also gave him the daytime one. It has dark honey, ivy leaf extract, which is supposed to help the cough. That is because of mucus, zinc and elderberry, and chamomile. That's the nighttime one. So I really like this because a lot of the nighttime medicines have melatonin, and I'm scared to give that to him. He's never had any type of sleep medicine in his life. So I felt comfortable doing the chamomile. So we're gonna try this out tonight, and I hope it helps him. I also found these. They're lollies. I tried to find, like, I almost just got him regular cough drops, but I don't think he would be able to not try to swallow it. I just don't know if he's like capable of that yet. So these have pectin in it, which originally I was like, isn't that just like the thing that thickens things? But then when I looked it up, it's that pectin actually helps coat your throat, which helps with like that little tickle, you know? So that way they're not coughing so much, and it's supposed to help if they have a sore throat. So I got him these, and yeah, so we were inside of King Soopers for maybe 10 minutes. Also, the longest part there, I still haven't even given you guys an update on Theo. I guess I could do it right now, but I'll do that in a second. I'll come back to that. Theo gets really bad eczema on his thing. I don't know why that's the spot his body chose, but anytime he gets an eczema flare-up, it is 100% of the time down there. and if it like spreads anywhere, it goes on his back. I don't know. So we have a prescription ointment that we use, but I lost it. So his pediatrician sent in a new one, but she sent it to the wrong pharmacist. So then I tried to get it transferred on like over the phone, online, everything wasn't working. So I went in, King Supers is the pharmacy we use. So I went to them, gave them the info, they're going to take care of it. So that took the longest time. But besides that, we were in and out. And Henry stayed in the stroller the whole time. We didn't contaminate anyone or anything. But I think it was good for both of us to just get out of the house and not like, you know, it was much needed. Got myself a coffee, as usual. And we came home. I was trying to cook Henry some lunch or get him like a snack or something. But it's like as soon as we walked in the door, he's like, oh yeah, that's right, grumpy. And he just wasn't having it. So I told him, I gave him a bunch of chances to like calm down, but he didn't. And then he hit me and that was my last straw. So I told him that was time for a nap. So now he's taking a nap. And that's that. My mom and I are going to make a sit down talk through video of everything. All the juicy stuff you guys probably have been wondering. My mom does have a blog that she shared a lot of stuff in regards to like the whole finding a long lost brother, all of that stuff. We're gonna be talking about my sister. We're gonna talk about her parents. We haven't talked a lot about them because we were like pretty much forbid not to. And then also same thing goes for my sister. I shared a little bit about what happened with her in actually last Vlogmas, but I didn't go into any details because at that point I was still kind of like sensitive to her feelings, I guess, which maybe it sounds bad to say, but I'm not anymore. So yeah, all of that to say, I asked my mom if she thought it was okay if I made an update, like a really deep, juicy life update for you guys about that situation. And she said whatever like my heart felt like was the best thing to do. And then she said, what if I did it with you? And I said, let's do it. So we haven't picked a date yet. But if you guys have any specific questions you want us to answer, it doesn't have to be about that situation. It can be anything. If you want to know about what her life was like or anything recent or same for me. If you want to know what her favorite color is or her potato salad recipe, whatever questions you have, leave them in the comments and we'll figure out a date and time and we'll get that uploaded soon. So I'll save like that side of stuff for that video, but I still wanted to do like a current life update. It's nothing too crazy. Peter still doing the same old job, me still staying at home. I am currently filling in for like I'm doing my old job right now because the person who took over from me is healing from surgery, excuse me. And Henry, he is 2.5, he turns 3 in May. He is the smartest, kindest, sweetest little guy. He's so calm, he just is gentle. That's all he's just a gentle spirit. And Theo, my wild Theo, he has just, from the start of my pregnancy, I should have just known with him it was going to be crazy. We had a lot of issues, I guess you could say, with him. We originally thought that he had the same dairy and egg intolerance that Henry had, which would have been crazy because I specifically asked the pediatrician, I said, am I going to have to stop eating pizza again? And she just laughed. She said, there is like a less than 1% chance that reoccurring kids have the same intolerance. If it's an allergy, it's a different story, but as intolerance goes, it's very rare. So then I was like, of course this would happen to me. But then after a lot of months of just a cranky little baby, we finally figured out that my breast milk was not fatty enough, so I supplemented a lot with formula. And then I finally just gave in and I stopped breastfeeding altogether. And that was hard at first, totally fine now. Like mentally and like emotionally, I'm talking about. For Theo, he was like totally fine. He would have been fine like right away cutting out breastfeeding. He was totally over it because he's like, lady, this is not doing anything for me. But I was like, no, I just want to hang out. But we had two other things happen. So one, when he was born, we got him snipped. I don't know if I can say that without getting demonetized. We got him snipped. Long story short, very, very long story short, it reattached. We thought he was going to have surgery to fix it, like put him under anesthesia. The urologist was going to have to redo the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. And he gave us an ointment to use to try to help thin the skin out so that he wouldn't have to do surgery. But he told us, so it had reattached in 3 spots. One of them, he said for sure they were going to have to do surgery. There's no way that the ointment was going to work. But Peter was like, let's still put it on that spot because you never know. I'm so glad that we did, because we took him back in and he said, oh, this actually looks great. We'll be able to fix it in office. So that was awesome. We have not done that yet. It's this month, but I have to get his eczema under control first in order to do that, which is why I'm like really trying to get this ointment thing figured out. And then that part wasn't so terrible, but the scariest thing that we had come up with him was his eye. And I know that there are way worse things that we could have had come up with Theo, and I thank God every day for my 2 beautiful healthy baby boys. And so I don't want to like say this and sound insensitive to people who have like worse conditions or whatever, but I don't want to discredit like our feelings and emotions and everything that we went through during this time. So it's still hard for us because it was just like a scary thing. So Theo's tear duct was clogged, which is very normal in babies. Usually you can just put some breast milk in their eye, it takes care of it. I tried that for a while, didn't do anything. And finally at Theo's 6-month appointment, his doctor was like, his eye looks really bad and I'm going to refer you to see an eye doctor and just plan for him to have surgery. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean surgery? And she said, it's more of a procedure, but they do have to put him under anesthesia for it. And I was like, oh my gosh. At this time, we still thought we had to do the surgery to fix his thing. So at one point in time, we thought he was going to have 2 procedures done. So she said the only way to clear a clogged duct as bad as Theo's is they stick like a probe in their tear duct and they get the clog out or whatever. And then that's that. She said it like it was just nothing. But I was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna stick a probe into my son's eye while he's under anesthesia? Like I was just like, oh my gosh, so stressed. And I talked to my chiropractor about this. Anytime the boys are sick or they're doing something weird, I immediately take them to the chiropractor. I love our chiropractors so much, and they have saved us so many times from so many things. I just have a deep love for them. So anyways, I told one of the doctors there, I told him, he looked at me, he said, get some colloidal silver drops, put them in his eye, it'll take care of it. And I was just like, what do you mean? He said, it'll take care of it. And I was like, but it's like a clogged duct. How would drops like clear out a clog? And he said, it'll take care of it. And I was like, okay. He's like, if it works, then he doesn't have to have surgery. If it doesn't, at least you tried. And I was like, good point, good point. So I got these colloidal silver drops off of Amazon. We started using them. It took maybe, I honestly don't remember it now. It's been a while. I think it took a solid 3 weeks of doing it 2 times a day, but it worked. It cleared the duct. And so by the time we had the eye appointment, the doctor was like, his eye looks perfectly fine to me. Like, I don't see any issue here. So those were the 2 big things for Theo. The eye thing completely resolved with a natural remedy. Hallelujah. Then the other thing we still have to get taken care of, but it's way less drastic than it was going to have to be. So that's Theo. I can't think of anything. Oh, I do have another update. I started to talk about this in yesterday's vlog, but I was so distracted of cleaning, I ended up just cutting it out because you guys would have been lost. But I was telling you guys a story of our master bathroom. When I was pregnant with Theo, I just was hypersensitive, hyper aware of everything in the house. Especially at the end, I was nesting so bad, I was cleaning everything. And I noticed that our master bathroom, I just was convinced that there was mold growing in there because the tiles, actually I took pictures, so I'll put the pictures up here you can see. In the corners, there was black mildew, whatever you want to call it. Peter still doesn't think that was mold, but I'm convinced that it was. It was growing underneath the silicone that whoever lived here before did, and it was creeping up the walls, and it was growing behind the tiles and coming out through the ground. And so I was like, this is not good. And then there was another spot. This was a spot where I was like, there is freaking mold over here. So we had linoleum on the floor, and it was not sealed or attached at all to the shower door thing. And the trim that is supposed to hold the shower doors was whack. It was not good. And so anytime you took a shower, water was just splashing right out underneath the linoleum. And that spot, oh, it was terrible. I knew there was mold. So I told Peter, I told my brother-in-law, I was like, listen, there's mold back here, I'm telling you. And they're like, no, mold is really hard to grow in Colorado, the dry climate, blah, 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 blah. And so we were planning on redoing just the shower tile and then tiling the floor and keeping everything else the same. We were going to do that with our tax return, but as you guys know, my identity was stolen, and so no tax return. So I had to cancel it. But then tax return got to us. So now I was like, pull the trigger, we're doing it. I lined back up the guy who we were going to use before, and then that was like a whole dilemma. He got sick, and then so he got pushed back. Peter got impatient. Literally one night, literally out of nowhere, my parents were here for dinner. He grabbed like a sledgehammer or something, whatever, a hammer maybe. I think it might have just been a hammer, I don't know. From the garage, he goes in there and just starts demolishing the freaking bathroom. Just out of absolutely nowhere. We're just like sitting here, and I was like, what is happening? And so that turned into Peter and my brother-in-law and his brother-in-law demoing our bathroom. What do you guys know? What do you think I'm about to say? There was freaking mold in the bathroom, on the floor. So that's where it stopped, unfortunately. We demolished the entire bathroom. I'll show you in just a second. I'll show you everything. They tore out everything. And Peter, being a plumber, he's going to move and build and blah, 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 do whatever he needs to do. And then we got to get the tile guy in there. Well, first we have to get the drywall guy in there, then the tile guy, and then we'll have it finished. Let me show you the tile first, because actually, I don't think I can. It's in the garage in front of my car. I can try. So, picked out the tile, picked out a vanity, I haven't ordered the mirrors yet just because I knew that it was gonna take them a long time and I didn't want like super fragile breakable mirrors just like sitting in our garage. I honestly don't know if I can remember like what tile goes where now. It's been so long, but anyways. So, okay, this tile is gonna go on the floor all over. This tile is gonna go on the shower, like the shower floor. And then these tiles, I don't even know if you can see it. It's this big box. It's a really big, long tile. This is gonna go in the shower, like the shower walls. And then this is gonna be in the niche. So we just got, oh man, it's so pretty. I cannot freaking wait. And then this is the faucet. We have 2 of those. And then this is the shower hardware that we'll have. So that's that. It's gonna be pretty much like a super white bathroom with black tile in the shower floor. And then the mirrors that I got they're really simple, but they are lined with like a matte black, like really thin. So yeah, it's just gonna be really sleek, really nice looking bathroom whenever it gets done. Ugh. It's currently being used as storage, so just don't judge me. Oh, we're also, okay, here we go. So, here it is. So before, that was the shower. We had toilet there, and then we had, the mirror went from wall to wall. So this whole square was the mirror, and then we had the vanity right here, and that was it. So vanity, toilet, shower, big giant mirror. So you'll see the toilet was there, and right there, this whole thing that they cut out, the mold was like right in there. Exactly where I thought it was gonna be. All of this stuff, I bought all of this stuff new for like once the bathroom is done. And then this was all stuff that was in the bathroom anyways. And then I wrapped some of the boys' Christmas presents and I just put them right there because why not? Henry's not coming in here. So yeah, but anyways, you guys are probably like, Alyssa, shut the heck up. We're done. We're done listening to you talk. So I'm gonna be done. I'm sorry I forgot to give you guys a word yesterday. Will just be one short. And today the word is gonna be bathroom. And yeah, so I think that'll be it for this vlog. I'm gonna edit it now, try to get this done while the boys are still sleeping. I am gonna change the upload schedule. Before I was filming, editing, and trying to upload the same day. But now I'm gonna do it like a day. Like, I'm filming this on the 12th and you guys will see on the 13th, like in the morning time. So that way I can give myself a little bit more time and not be so stressed about it. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. Please, 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 if you have any questions you want to know about me or my mom or anything, whatever, comment them down below because we're going to be making a video soon, hopefully, and I think that's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this far, I love you. Anyways, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.